Welcome back. Whether on the news or delivering the news, sometimes the fake news just can't help itself. And here at Newsmax, we always want to bring you the best of the best. So it's another time, another round for Media Madness. Joining me this week is managing editor of MRC TV, Brittany Hughes. Also with us, founder of LifeFlip Media and LifeFlip Daily, Eric Mitchell. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's start with you, Eric. Say what you will about the establishment media, but sometimes they actually have no choice but to actually report the facts. Let's take a look at New York Times. You almost have to kind of feel sorry for them. Could you imagine the guy that actually had to put this all together, that article? The New York Times Siena poll just released this new poll this week showing an overwhelming 72% of Americans believe that Joe Biden is too old to be an effective president. Eric, what do you think about it?
It's so sad since that report came out a few weeks ago about Biden's cognitive health, how much the media, the left, is pushing how great he is and fit he is. And they did that joke this week, putting him on with Seth Meyers, who I don't even know who still watches Seth. And they took a victory lap for how good he was. Not having anybody remember that he was prepared, had the questions probably weeks ahead. They were all softball really easy. And it's the same script he used when he came to Texas just a couple days ago. Blame Trump, walk away. I mean, thank goodness he didn't have to walk off stage on his own. I'm shocked he made it there himself. But it's just sad how hard they're pushing how fit he is. Yet he won't take a cognitive test because we just had those results this week also, right? They're like, oh, he's fit. He's great for office. He's not. He's 81, and we can all see it in plain light. But they're looking at a different camera. I don't know what camera they're looking at, but the lens is showing somebody drastically different to the rest of America. And to put these reports out, I mean, we all see it, but apparently the left has no idea.
Right, Brittany, we know Joe Biden. I love ice cream, too. He loves ice cream. I get it. I do, too. I'm a vanilla, sometimes chocolate. Okay. Earlier this week, the president was grabbing a scoop with late-night host Seth Meyers, as Eric was just mentioning, when he was asked to share his thoughts on why he's now visiting the border. Take a listen.
Why make an order now, Mr. President? You're going on Thursday. Why don't you now?
I've been planning to go Thursday. What I didn't know is my good friend apparently is gone.
And will you meet with migrants while you're there, Mr. President?
Well, I'm not going to announce ahead of time. Secret Service doesn't like me announcing exactly what I'm doing.
Just from a campaign strategy point, you would think that they would tell him stop with the whole ice cream and talking about very serious issues when you're licking an ice cream cone. And Brittany, are we really supposed to believe that the president of the United States had no clue that his biggest political rival was also going to the border on the very same day that he was planning to go as well?
To be fair, I do believe it's quite plausible that Biden had no clue. I'm not sure that Biden knows what day it is at any given moment. So there's that. Has nobody in the White House ever heard of optics, for heaven's sake? You're sitting there licking an ice cream cone, and we've got a 22-year-old college student who's just been murdered. We have a slew of migrants who've been arrested for some of the most heinous crimes you can imagine. And we've got a crisis at the border. But he's going to stand there, licking his ice cream cone and talking about how he's about to visit probably one of the currently slowest areas of the border. It's not like he even went to, one of the most highest trafficked areas of the border. This is a joke. This was a photo op, and I think possibly the best that they could do with an 81-year-old man who clearly is just shuffling along and can't make heads or tails of anything. And I really think that what we saw with Biden this week at the border is indicative of his entire administration's response for the past 3 years at the border, which has been negligible at best. And so, but in all fairness, I do think he probably had no idea that Trump was headed to the border. I'm not sure he knew he was headed to the border.
That's an excellent point there, Brittany. Eric, everyone's favorite fake news host, Joyless Reed, took to the Chinese communist-owned app, TikTok, in order to respond to Senator Tommy Tuberville's calling for Americans to have more kids. Take a listen.
The United States has a population of north of 327 million people. Why do we need more kids? I mean, your party, Senator Tuberville, is the one screaming that 10 million immigrants, which I don't even know that number even makes any sense because it doesn't, have streamed into the country since Joe Biden has been president. But now you're saying we need more kids?
Where do we start?
I mean, don't have more kids because we're going to bring in more illegals. I mean, try to make sense, lady. What do you think about that, Eric?
I think you hit the nail on the head. Apparently they can't do math on their own. I mean, hey, 7,000 illegal crossings just the last 2 days, both days at 7,000 here on the border. I don't know what number she's getting at, but 10 million is probably light from what Senator Tuberville was talking about. We do need to make sure we have more. There's nothing wrong with having children. I mean, we're supposed to do that. It says it in the Bible. It's part of the foundation of this country. I know people need to go and look at that, but it's normal to have children. But I don't even know how many children she has. Clearly, she has a problem with them because we need to, I guess, make up for it. I mean, again, this is a party who's ignored what's gone on. We've lost young women this week, Laken Riley being just one of the many who we haven't heard her name a lot, right? They don't talk about that. They're focused on Senator Tuberville talking about population control and having more children. I don't understand what's going on over there. They're focused on such random things. But if this was George Floyd, which we've heard his name repeatedly this week, I'm confused because that's the issue they want to focus on.
Yeah, and they want to hand out abortion pills like Tic Tacs. Before I go, Brittany, we got to get to this story. I have less than a minute left. I'll take woke liberal nonsense for $800, Alex. Answer: popular game show Jeopardy is under fire for this question during their Tournament of Champions quarterfinal. Take a look.
Parts of speech 6.
Them, theirs, themself. Chris.
What are pronouns?
Those are pronouns, neo-pronouns. You have $6,200 in a big lead as we come to our first break.
Brittany, what is Jeopardy has gone full on woke? What do you think?
It's terribly sad. I used to watch this show when I was a kid with my grandmother, and I remember what it used to be. And first of all, zer, zim, whatever nonsense they just spewed out, those aren't words. Those are made-up gibberish. Those are not actual pronouns. And it's a terribly sad thing because this is lending credence to a mental illness, a delusion. This is not reality. Those are not real words, and that's not a real thing that someone can identify as. But I think that you're starting to see more and more the left's gender war and the confusion that we're foisting as a society, particularly upon children, innocent children, and you're seeing it enter mainstream society, and this is just one more step towards normalizing it. It's sick, it's sad, and it's a lie. It's evil.
I want to play this next clip real quick because we do have to go. Dr. Phil, he went at it with the ladies of The View. Let's take a listen.
COVID hits 10 years later, and the same agencies that knew that are the agencies that shut down the schools for 2 years. Who does that? Who takes away the support system for these children?
There was also a pandemic going on, and they were trying to save kids' lives. Are you saying no school children died of COVID?
I'm saying it was the safest group. They were the less vulnerable group.
Dr. Phil, and there he is with some common sense of those radical lefties. Real quick reaction from both of you.
Great to see Dr. Phil speaking up after being held behind the camera from big mainstream media for all those years. It's good to see him out there stepping out and showing the real Texan that he is and speaking out.
That's it. Brittany?
Yeah, I completely agree. My fear, though, is that it's just a little bit too little too late as far as the COVID impact on children. We're going to be feeling that for generations to come, thanks to the left and to their policies. But it's at least good that they're acknowledging it now and that it's getting some airtime now.
Right. And I just saw a Wall Street Journal article headline saying that we should treat COVID like the flu. Who'd been saying that all along? All right. Brittany, Eric, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, keep him busy. The Department of Injustice continues to arrest people over the Capitol Hill riots, but some feel it's